Let me go. I mean, yeah, try that. I think that'll, and just angle it this way and let's see. What's going on, everybody? That thing is showing up hot. I'm gonna put that piece back on, but that'll work. We gotta put the piece back on. Move that piece out of the way, and then turn it. Okay. Because that way I won't look into it. No, bring it back. Take it back as far as you can because it is beaming. Okay. Ooh, hey, y'all. Okay, Mom. No. But then just don't use it. What's going on, everybody? Hey, from Miss Paula. Just take it off there, Mom. Okay. Sorry, y'all. We're trying to get this light working. Let me check my audio quickly. To make sure you guys on Facebook and YouTube can hear me. What about you people on TikTok? Can you hear me? Let me check my settings real quick. Make sure I'm on the right Wi-Fi. I'm not. Let me fix that. Okay. All right. So we should be good. It'll stay? Okay. What's going on? What's going on? I hope everybody had a nice and safe Halloween. You know, they were saying people were putting the candy and putting candy on top of edibles. So I don't know if y'all checked them. I saw people they were getting the candies that were in like the balls of chocolate, and it turned out to be little Brussels sprouts. So people were doing all kind of crazy stuff. So I hope you check the candy, make sure the kids are good. Also, today is Financial Literacy Day. I know you guys probably didn't know that. Some of you may not care, but I do, because there are a lot of people that are not financially literate. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to show you guys two things. So that's going to be something different we're doing tonight. So if you're on TikTok and you haven't watched me before, please follow, share, like, all that good stuff. And if you're someone that follows me and watches me every Monday, I appreciate it. Thank you for returning. And the same for you guys over here on Facebook. Hey, Melanin Poppin'. Let me just say hey to everybody. Thank you, Miss Paula, for letting me know you can hear me. Hey, Gentoria. Let's see. Hey, David. Okay. So, all right, good. So first and foremost, let me go over a couple things that has changed. A lot really can't happen in a week. Okay. So let's start with the IRS. So I'm going to run over my normals that I normally run over, because we have a lot always, you may have new people. So we want to make sure that they stay up to date just like everybody else. As it pertains to your stimulus checks, okay? Your stimulus check will come in the form of a tax refund. So I don't call them stimulus checks. I just call them tax refunds. Now, one, if you have not claimed your stimulus checks, please go and do so. You do have 3 years to claim this, the 12, the 600. And once you claim the 12 and 600, if you haven't gotten the 1400, it will come. But most of you should have gotten the 1400, whether you did the 12 and 6. You'll be surprised. Every week I get off here, and it's a lot of people that come in my inbox and say, I need help filing taxes. So I file a lot of taxes, even though tax season is over. So if you have not gotten your stimulus, or if you have just not filed taxes, don't wait, okay? And for a couple reasons. One, you only get 3 years to file. Two, if you're trying to get any EIDL, any SBA money, if you haven't filed 2020, you cannot get any money now, or any increases or anything if you haven't filed. They want to see your tax return. So you will need to file your taxes. Okay, so there's really no way of going about that. All right. The next thing, if you did an amended tax return, there are a lot of people that did do amendments. They made mistakes. Some people, I've even made mistakes. You may have somebody who filed separate, and now they need to file together because they're married and they have issues with financial aid. A lot of you parents, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you got a kid that is in school. So if you did an amendment, you did not have to do one for your unemployment. But if you did, that will be an amendment. You guys, you should be seeing IRS is releasing, they released 425,000 tax refunds, which included stimulus, but it mostly included the changes from the unemployment. Thank you. I had to get it in my head. The unemployment, with the changes in the unemployment, some people still have not gotten paid. The number is going way down. It was in the millions, but now they're in the 425,000. That's where they are right now. So there should be some people happy who still have not gotten their tax refunds. Okay, and I will get to y'all questions. So if you have them, please drop them, and I'll get to them in a second. Let's see. So the IRS has an amendment tax page you can go and check. It's called Where's My Amended Return. If you're just looking for your standard stimulus check or your regular tax refund, you go to Where's My Refund. And but most of you gotten paid. Hopefully you guys have. So that's basically the rundown of what's been going on. Not much has changed. You guys know that you get your child tax credit checks on the 15th. You should be receiving your check November 15th. So some of the updates that changed to this in pertaining to the child tax credit I want to run down is one, if you had changes in your income in 2021, okay, so that may not necessarily affect a lot of people that are watching me now, but there are some people who are high income earners, okay, that and that they don't qualify to get the child tax credit, and they're getting it, but they didn't update of their new income. Because remember, this money from the child tax credit check that you're getting now is in advance on next year's tax return. So if they find that when you finally do your taxes next year, which will be for 2021, that your income was significantly different and you should not have been receiving the money, or you got it and you got too much, then there's definitely going to be some shifting around. Some going to owe, or the IRS is going to owe some. So the IRS is giving individuals who have any significant changes in their income. Okay, you can go on their website. Sorry, the website IRS does close at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to make changes so that you can see it reflecting in your November payment, you're going to need to go and do that tonight before 9 p.m. so that it'll show in your November 15th payment. Now, if you miss that deadline, cool, it will reflect in your December payment. All right. So that's something that's new that has come out. Another thing that's new that has come out with the IRS is this is included in the Build Back Better plan. Joe Biden had stated that he was going to push to have the child tax credit, which is this new increased amount, this $3,600 and the $3,000. They wanted to keep it permanently, or at least try to keep it until 2025. Well, going back and forth, the Republicans did not agree with the Democrats, and so now we're going to have it still, but it's only going to last until 2023. Now, the bill still has not been signed. There are still other things they have not agreed upon, but this is what's going to happen with this new the amount of money that you're getting right now. So it's temporary. Okay, we're gonna get it, but you're not gonna get it for long. Okay. And what else has happened with the IRS? I think that's gonna be it with the IRS. Let me look and see what kind of questions you guys have really quick before I go on any further. Hey, Dwight, I don't know if I missed your birthday or not, but happy birthday. Okay. Yes, happy new month. You're right. Okay. So somebody asked about, can kids be added? I'm actually glad you asked that question, Vonda. So kids cannot be added, although the IRS did say that they were going to make that something that individuals were going to be able to do before the year is up. But here we are in November, and you still cannot add any kids. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if you guys would want to. I'd rather y'all wait to tax time anyway, because at least at tax time, the computer does the math and it'll be concrete for the most part. There won't be mistakes, or there should be less mistakes than if you waited for the IRS to do it. So no, you cannot add your children right now. The only thing that you can do is opt out if you want somebody to stop collecting. There are still people who are collecting that should not be collecting. Remember, this is an advance on next year's tax return. So if you're somebody and y'all switch who claims the child, that could be a problem. So the next new change that the IRS set forth is they're saying, and this is in contrast to what they said when this first came out, is for you individuals who have an issue with somebody claiming the child, IRS is saying that you, the parent, who should be claiming the child in 2022, you can still claim, although the other person got the money first. What they're going to do is whoever claims the children at tax time, they're going to pay you the amount they're going to pay you. So they're probably going to go based off of the kids' social security numbers and find that they paid whoever this other amount of money, and they're probably going to pay you the remaining. I'm not necessarily sure. Remember, they change all the time. But what the IRS did say is that they're going to pay you, and we're supposed to infer that, yeah, they're going to pay you, but then they're going to go after the other person and collect that money, because now two people have gotten paid for one one child or a set of kids. Okay. So let me say that again, because I want to make sure I didn't confuse anybody. So there are a lot of people who have someone claiming their kids now, either by, hey, you sold your social security number to the child, to someone to claim your kids because you don't work, or two, you are in some type of relationship or divorce agreement, something states that you and the spouse, baby daddy, baby mama, y'all claim every other year. Regardless of whatever situation it is, if you've been burnt and you feel like somebody got your advance payments this year and you should have gotten it next year, the full credit, IRS is saying still claim the kid. They're not going to reject the return. Just file as normal. They will pay you, but we are to guess, okay? Because they're never going to let money slip out of their hands. So if they're going to pay you for the children, that means they're going to go after the person they paid to get the money back. So for some of those people who refuse to stop claiming kids that they know they should not, or that you refuse to opt out, well, next year you're going to look crazy, because hopefully that parent claims that child, and now you are going to be forced to pay the money back that you thought you were going to get away with. So boom, see, God don't like ugly. All right. Hey, Isaac, how are you? This is my go-to life insurance man. I know a lot of you guys ask me about where I get my life insurance from when I talk about life insurance. If you guys are on TikTok and you guys want some information, I definitely will. I believe he has a TikTok page. If you want his info, shoot me a message on Instagram and I will send it to you. A lot of people are here in Florida. He is a Florida agent. So let's bring the man some business. Plus, y'all need life insurance anyway. Okay, that's a part of this financial literacy we're going to talk about this evening. All right, so let me move on. Nikki says, why does experience says 0, but the others say the credit score? So Nikki, all right, so we'll talk about credit really quick. So Nikki says, why does experience say 0? There are some credit files that actually have a 0 score. I did not believe it myself because I thought that at least everybody has some type of credit, but it is true that a lot of people do not. So if you find that you have a 0, either it's one of two things. It's a CPN and it's not yours, and you haven't added any trade lines, so that's a brand new social. It's actually three things. Two, it can be a child's social security number, but that would also kind of be like a CPN because a child should not be having credit ran. Or three, you have a thin credit file. That is what they call you in the federal government world. You have a thin credit file, which means you don't really have any credit at all, which is absolutely horrible because how does it show anyone if you're responsible or not? So if you see a 0, then that tells me, Nikki, you need to add a trade line. Something like, let me give you one. I'll put it here in the comments so you can get, and you can go and add this really easy. It's $10. Okay. You don't have to spend all that money to get all these expensive trade lines to be an authorized user. Nothing against those, but some of you aren't ready yet for that type of credit. So you just add this onto your credit, Nikki, and I promise you, you'll be happy in about 30 days once it hits your credit report. Okay. So let me post this here. This was for everybody. Okay. It's kickoff. This is my link that I use for kickoff. And I always get the cheapest thing on there, and which is for $10. And that's kickoff for people who are on TikTok. And that's KIKOFF. The cheapest ebook they have is for $10. And they give you a $500 a line of credit that reports on your credit reports, all three. And you pay $2 a month for 5 months. Okay. Now, if you can't pay $2 a month for 5 months, you do not deserve a Capital One credit card or any credit card for that matter. Okay. So this is a good baby step way to boost your credit score if you need, because some of you do need that. And Nikki, this would be perfect for you. Now, the other ones say credit score. I'm sure you're probably talking about Credit Karma. And if you're looking at your Credit Karma scores, and they're not going to be the same, and they're not going to be correct anyway. We don't ever use Credit Karma credit scores. We just use their reports. All right. So if you want to talk offline, any of you want to talk about credit, then all you got to do is hit the link in the bio. If you're watching on Facebook here, don't worry, I'll send you the link. And you can book a $20. Did y'all hear me say 20? Okay. Y'all spend more than that for the kids at McDonald's. Okay. You can't even get orange juice, milk, bread, and a bag of chips for $20 in the store no more. Not even Walmart. Okay. So you can come get this $20 credit review where we're going to go over what you got going on your credit. And we're going to come up with an action plan. Now, I don't have to do anything to fix it. I can tell you what you need to do to fix it, just like I did, Nikki. All right. So you can hit the link in the bio, and then we can go ahead on and see what you got going on. All right. So let me move on. Let me go over here to TikTok and see, because y'all get mad when I don't answer y'all questions. So I apologize. Again, if you are watching for the first time, please share, like, follow, anything to support the sister. I appreciate it. Okay. Sadie Slade says, what if I file for myself but not for my business? If you file for yourself and not for your business, that's fine. I know you're talking about for the SBA. That is okay. But the issue is it's going to be very hard to prove to the SBA that you have a business if you've never even filed. So this is why I encourage, okay, y'all see, I'm encouraging everybody, especially get into the habit of doing it now, because when the IRS makes these changes that they plan on making coming up soon, and I'll tell you what they are, you're going to wish that you had taken advantage of this now. Okay. So right now, if you are a individual that owns an LLC, okay, if you have, which is more than likely a C corporation, some of you have an S corp, but if you have a C corporation, which is just an LLC, then right now you can file your business on your personal taxes. Your personal taxes are 1040, okay? But now you can, thank you, Dwight. I'm sorry, it's on November 4th. Okay, good, I'm early. So we all gonna wish Dwight a happy birthday soon, okay? So you can file your business taxes on your personal taxes. You can actually file them together. The changes are the IRS is saying, no, they don't want that anymore. And the reason they don't want that is because, and I'm just putting y'all on to some of the game that people do. And if you are a person who do self-employment a lot, you'll understand where I'm going. If you are someone who is single, or you're someone who has self-employment, which is 1099, or I know a lot of people that work only a couple months out of the year just so they can get a nice tax return because they got kids. Okay. So what they're doing is, if you end up filing taxes and then you owe money, right? Because you didn't, you made all this money 1099, you never paid any taxes. What do your friends do at the tax office? They say self-employment, or they put your business on your taxes, which then once you start writing off your expenses, and anyone who's taken my tax class, y'all know this is one of the things we talk about the most, okay? And if any of y'all are interested in taking my tax class, I do have a couple spots left. Basically, all you come to me with is your name, get your EIN number, and we'll do the rest. But if you get your software, I am your backup support, and I train you on how to run your own business. So basically, you can come and get trained and hire other people, and you don't even have to work there. You just got to train them, okay? So if you are trying to get your money up, y'all know tax season and tax season is coming, but laws are going to change. So that's what y'all got me for. All right. So let me get back on track, because y'all know I will sidebar in a minute. So you can write off your expenses. And when you write off your expenses, your business helps lower the money you owe to the IRS from not paying taxes. Okay. Now the IRS been new about that. People been doing this for years. This ain't nothing new. But the reason they're making people separate their business taxes from their personal is so that now you can no longer do that. So this coming tax season is probably going to be about the last tax year you're going to be able to do any of those write-offs, to be able to try to at least get something. Okay. Because you're basically going to, now when you do your business taxes, they'll be on a different form. You will have to file what you made with your business. And most time when you make your business, if you don't already pre-plan to pay your taxes, you're going to almost always owe. Okay, now you can ask any accountant that, but almost all the time you're going to owe. That's why most large business owners, even successful small business owners, that's why they have accountants, so that they can go and say, hey, this is how much I think I'm going to make over the year. And they break up those taxes every quarter and they prepay the IRS, or they put money aside so that you know that this is how much you should expect to pay. But how many of you guys really do that? A lot of you don't. So what's going to happen when they separate those two? You're going to owe, or you're not ever going to file your business taxes. And if you don't, then how are you ever going to get funding? You see what I'm saying? So it's a give and take. So I want y'all to start tuning in, because this is the kind of stuff I want to keep y'all up to date on, because it's going to change, and a lot of it's changing. All right. So let me see what else. So I hope I answered your question. I'm going back over here on TikTok. Hope I answered your question on Saturday Slaves. Let's see. Can you talk about the daycare credit? Do we have to say eight? Yeah. So the $8,000 that people are trying to get back for the daycare credit. So if I not mistaken, and anybody, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you can claim up to I think it's up to 2 kids. I think you get up to $8,000 for 2 children, I think. And it's like, I think it's 16,000, but you get 8. I don't want to say it wrong, but I know it's 8 and 16,000. So I want to say you get 8. You get to write out up to $8,000 in expenses to be able to get this this large $8,000 credit. But I want to explain to y'all what that means. A credit doesn't mean that just because it's $8,000, you're going to get $8,000. Some of you don't even meet the income requirement, so it may not even matter to most of y'all, because you might not get it. Okay, but say that you do meet the income requirements and you do get it. You may golly, credits can take off so much. All right, so say if you owe. Say if we did your taxes and you owe, and then you get to the part where you do the child care part. Now that $8,000 that you would have got, it's going to be eaten up by what you owe, and then you're going to only get what's left. That's basically how all the credits work. Okay, that's the same with earned income credit. That's going to be the same with your child tax credit. The same as this. So what I'm going to do is I'll do a video on this who is she, so that I can break it down in detail, because I don't want to talk off the hip. I don't think a lot of people are going to see a whole lot of money from this. And so, which is why I haven't talked about it too much, but I could be wrong. Let me drink, because I'm getting hot. That light is making me, whew. You turned it off? Oh, okay. You got hot and went off. All right. Take it off the thing. It might be melting something. Okay. It says, are they still issuing out the third stimulus check? Yes, they're still issuing out checks. If you haven't gotten your third stimulus check, you can file IRS form 3911, IRS form 3911, and that is basically a payment trace form where you can have the IRS go and find the money that they say they paid you. So somebody got paid, so they need to tell you where that money is. All right, so that's IRS form 3911. Okay. Let's see. My accountant did this to me 3 years ago. I've just been following his lead, and everything has been good. Good, Brenda. I'm glad. I agree. People should file your business onto your taxes at least. Okay. People have all these businesses and never claimed anything and spent all this money and didn't claim any credits, no write-offs, no nothing. And you've just been losing money all this time. So we're gonna talk about that, Brenda, to find if where you screwed at. Let's talk about that. Okay. Can you talk about that? Okay, we talked about that. I'll make that video for you. It says, must the LLC declare what type of business that it is? The only thing that they require you to do is they're going to ask for your business name. They're going to ask if you have a EIN number, and they ask like your business address and all that kind of stuff. But most of you all work out of your house, so you wouldn't really even have to fill in those sections. You would keep it blank if it's the same address that you use for your personal taxes. And they will ask you, sometimes they want the next code. If any of you guys are into business credit or you deal anything with the government, you'll know the next code is the I think it stands for North American Industry Classification Code. Okay. Yeah, so that's what it stands for. Yeah, so it's an actual industry classification code, and sometimes they'll make you look that up, especially in your tax software. So if you do something like baking, there's an actual code for that. If you do construction, there's a code for that. Most tax software, they don't bother with the code. They just want you to type in what you do. So you should say what it is. But if you have an S Corp, you would not file this on your regular 1040 taxes. Some of you don't even know if you have an S Corp or a C Corp. I would suggest you find out. So make sure you're filing taxes correctly and at the right time, because the taxes are due at different times, okay? TP Real Estate. I'm sorry, when you ask business credit or personal, you may have to let me know what you are asking that about, because I get to go in and forget. Can't see the link you gave Nikki. I know. I don't know how to put links on here, so y'all don't have to tell me how to put links, but don't worry, because I always tell you guys, if you want, I have a link list. Okay, so if you want the link to the trade line, I will put them on my link list, and then you can send me your email on Instagram, and I will send you the link list. All right, so that's actually gonna be different soon. So y'all better go get this link list now. Somebody said I'm freezing. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Y'all gotta let me know. I hope I'm not. All right, let's see. If you do banking from home, if you do baking from home, should you have an LLC? You don't have to have an LLC for everything. No, you could be a sole proprietor. I think that everyone should have a separated business if they actually run a business and you actually do it more than a couple hours a week. If you are seriously thinking about being an entrepreneur and you're doing something on the side now, it doesn't hurt to incorporate your business and become an LLC or a corporation. I mean, why not go and get business credit? I mean, you've been baking cakes and selling plates for how many years? Doing barbecue on the corner for years, selling fish plates. Y'all know it's been a lot of people who've been doing hair, all kind of stuff, and never got the benefit of using business credit because nobody never told you. So now is the time. Now now you know what they say, if you know better, you do better. So now that you know, go and get you some, go incorporate, go and get that EIN, get that DUNS number, and start your business credit journey. Now, y'all know I got to throw it in there. If you want to start your business credit journey, you got questions, you want to see my checklist, you can hit the link. Okay, I'm gonna send that link to y'all who watching on YouTube, but those who are on TikTok, you can hit the link, and I will be more than happy to give you the one-on-one, the little consult. We go over the checklist to make sure you have everything that you need to have so that you can have a successful business credit transition. A lot of people want to sell you books, which is nothing is wrong with that. I don't think anything is wrong with that. Oh snap, my phone just went completely out on me. Whoop. On my TikTok, folks. Isn't that horrible? Hold on, y'all. Just went out. This is bad. All that time, it didn't even say it wasn't charging. Hold on, y'all. It just went all the way out on me. Okay. That's all right. I ain't not worried about nothing. Okay. So I'm gonna send y'all the link. So let me get back on here real fast. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, and now I talk about it won't let me go live because it's saying I'm live on this other phone. The devil is a lie. Give me a second, y'all. Let me get this link for y'all so you can go on and get this together so you can do your consult if you choose. So you can get your business credit on, all right? Because a lot of y'all do. A lot of y'all been doing this and haven't been getting no benefit of nothing, and that is a no-go, okay? So, all right, so I'm putting that there, and here it goes. All right, so we're back now. Okay. Boy, I tell you, that thing, it really just tried me. All right, let me see what questions y'all have really quick for me before I go. Todd, we have to talk. Yes, we can definitely do it whenever you're ready. I don't know. I know we know the school, but I know we never talked anymore after that. So shoot me a message, and yeah, let's go ahead on and get that done. So since we're talking about student loans, and sorry, TikTok, my phone just completely went out. It died. So let's talk about this student loan real quick. Let me see what time it is. Okay, 7:30. The Secretary of the Department of Education sent out a tweet actually yesterday saying that 200,000 people are going to get their forgiveness for the public servant student loan forgiveness. So some people should be receiving, that in the mail soon, letting them know that their loans were forgiven. If you are an individual that is qualified for the public servant loan forgiveness program, and you got denied previously, please go back and reapply, because there is a waiver out right now. There's a waiver. It's only good for 1 year. Okay, there's a waiver out, and this waiver allows you to have them reevaluate your loans. Okay, so if you got denied under the public servant loan forgiveness, there's a waiver. It's only good for a year. Okay, so I'm encouraging you to do that if you have not. And I'm also encouraging you, if you think your school is one of the schools that is guilty of fraud, okay, and the school is closed down, so it can't really be these schools that are still open, okay? It has to be a school that's closed down. Then you need to put in for the borrower's defense, because people really are getting their loans wiped off, okay? They really are getting them letters from the Department of Education saying you don't have no balance. All right. So if you want that to be you, then I highly suggest you do the same thing. All right. Let's see. Hey, Tyron, how you doing? Okay. Melvina, send me a message and I will let you know. Nursing does apply to the public servant. Yes, it does. Okay. But here's the catch. This is what they don't tell you. So you could try for nursing in 2 ways. And I know a lot of people are nurses, so y'all want to listen up. Find out if the place where you work, find out if it's considered a nonprofit. If it's considered a nonprofit, then you can apply for the public service forgiveness plan that way, because one of the qualifications is that they need to be a nonprofit. The other way you could try to get in is using nursing as first responders, due to the fact that we're in a pandemic. So I know that there was some talk about classifying them differently. There's been a lot of changes to the public servants loan forgiveness program. So I would call studentaid.gov. They work for Department of Education. They are Department of Education. And I would call them and see if there's been any ruling on nurses being first responders. I believe they are, but if not, if you work for a hospital, find out, or anywhere you work, see if they're considered a nonprofit. Then you can apply that way. All right. The link for student forgiveness is on my link list. So Faith, send me your email, inbox me your email, and I will send it to you. Hey James, where you been? Took you too long. All right. So again, sorry to the individuals that were on TikTok before. If my phone completely went out, I apologize. I'm gonna see what else I had to go over. Of course, they're in the phone that I am on right now. So let me see. Okay. I know what I wanted to show you guys, and I'm gonna see if I can turn this phone around on TikTok to show. So I wanted to show individuals who live in it's Florida, Wisconsin. Oh, I can't flip it around. I didn't even know that. Okay, so hold on. Y'all see that? Boom. See that credit? I'm serious about what I do. All right, so let me see if I can show y'all. How crazy. Let me take it out of this. And I'm gonna switch screens. Okay, so I'm gonna just show this to y'all really quick so y'all can see who and then I'm gonna go, hold on, here for the people that are watching. Okay, so I just wanted to show y'all something. Hey, Yushana, you got to let me know what's going on with you, girl. So if you live in the state of Florida, Wisconsin, or Illinois, okay, you guys have the greatest ability to be victims of identity theft, because individuals can get your driver's license number quite easy. All right, so I'm going to make this a large screen just so the individual on TikTok can see, just so you guys can see that it is a driver's license calculator. All right. And I'm going to show you what that means. So I'm going to go to the screen real quick. Now I'm just going to put in anybody's name. Okay. Now, because your name, hold on, let me do it. Let me look over here before. Okay, so I just saw your name since I was just talking to you, Tyron. I'm gonna do you, right? So I don't know your middle initial. I'm just gonna guess, okay? But I bet y'all. Now I want you to take out your driver's license and let me see. I know we're close to age, so I'm gonna say you probably was 78. I'm just gonna guess. I don't know the birthday, so I'm just guessing, okay? So I just put in anything. All right. Now watch this. When I hit submit. Hold on. All right. So I don't know if Tyron, you'll have to let us know. But does your driver's license number have some of these same similar numbers as you have? Now I will show you guys that here, okay, so this is a driver's license number, so so y'all can see. So the only thing that Florida has that this is not is this should be a 0. All Florida driver's license end in 0 unless you're a unless you and another person share the same exact first and last name, and then it'll be a 1, 2, or 3 based off of who came first. So whoever was born first gets the 0, then the next gets the 1, and so on and so forth. Sorry, y'all see my computer over here tripping? All right, so that's how that works. So let me go back over here, see if y'all saying anything. So I just wanted y'all to see. Okay. So yeah, I knew it wasn't all, and the reason why it's not going to be the exact same is because we don't know everything about you. But say that somebody does know everything about you. There are a lot of people that can get your information right off of Facebook, and they can tell your birthday because y'all put your birthday up there. Or even if you don't put your birthday, all they got to do is look on the post of when you post it's your birthday, and they have to know if you're male or female. That is it. They got to know your name, if you're male or female, and your birthday, and they can have your driver's license number. Now, you might not think that's a big deal, but when I talk to the people that I talk to, let me turn this camera back around. So I showed you what I had to show you. But when you see the amount of people that I have to talk to that have been victims of identity theft, or somebody didn't open up something in their name, or all of a sudden they got inquiries on their credit, this kind of stuff is very, very important because you want to know how in the heck was this person able to be me. That's one way that they're able to be you. So this is just me showing y'all a little something tonight. Okay. Plus, I wanted to show off that I could do that with my computer because I didn't know I could, but now I know. Okay. Yes, Nicola, it's crazy. I'm telling y'all. Okay, it says, do you have to be employed? Samantha, be employed for what? I am so sorry, girl. It says we use this sometimes for insurance. See that? Did you hear what somebody just said? They use this same website for insurance. Okay, so they'll know. So look at that. You don't even have to be a police officer. So first of all, where are my girls at who are the undercover private investigative detectives over here? So now I put y'all on game and done showed y'all how you can be a sleuth and you don't even have to know much about the person to find out their information. And then how easy is it to get somebody's picture offline? Let me go even further. How many people, especially if they live in Florida, look at the mugshots. Don't your mugshots have all your information? How easy is it for people to take someone who is in prison or jail, get a picture, and make a fake driver's license? Now, I don't even do that stuff, but I watch enough movies and I put 2 and 2 together and I don't get 5. I get 4, okay? And so that is what I just showed y'all, okay? So look how easy you could be a victim of identity theft. Just somebody could just get tickets in your name. And yes, they can get tickets in your name as long as they give up your driver's license number, okay? Don't even have to have a picture at all. All right, so let me go. Chris says, what about IRS want to update your info to get your money on the 15th? So IRS wants you to update your money. If the amount of money you made has changed, you need to go to the website tonight before 9 o'clock and update your information, which is your payment information, your income information. If you don't really have any changes, you don't have to do anything. If you do it tonight before 9 p.m. Eastern, then it will update for your November 15th payment. If you don't, it will come December. If you don't do it at all, then you won't see anything until you file your taxes. Okay. Hey, Chris, you late. Okay. Dwight says, I hope you be the first one to say happy birthday. Yes, I will. I will say happy birthday to you first, Dwight. Kim, what is the website that you were just looking at? It's on my link list. But I know you have one already. But so just ask me for the website and I'll send it to you. But just like you guys said, somebody said right here on TikTok, they use this for insurance verification. So now, boom. So look, this is a good way to find out when somebody going to rent cars, if they're giving away a fake driver's license. Somebody who go to the dealerships and they getting these cars and leaving those driver's licenses and stealing the car. Well, now I put y'all on something y'all can go find and look for yourself and see if this person really does exist. Okay. And so Samantha, this is only for those 3 states. And the reason that's for Florida, Illinois, and Wisconsin is because how they designed the numbers for the driver's license, they designed it to go based off of a person's personal information. All other states don't do that. So until they change that, these individuals that live in these 3 states are stand a very, very high, strong possibility of having ID theft. And I mean, and the records show, I mean, all major places have it, but Florida and Chicago or Illinois, those places come up a lot when it comes to ID theft. So at least now you may see why. Okay. It says CNA have a license but not working, trying to start a business. It's not the loan, the EIDL is not for someone that's trying to start a business. You should already have a business in mind. Thank you, Dwight. You should already have a business already operating. Now, if you are somebody who wants to pursue your entrepreneurial dreams and you want to start a business, there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to go ahead on and start tracking some of those expenses so you can have some write-offs come next year. You don't have much. You got 2 months worth. So, but if you have had some throughout the year from like your cell phone, your home office, it's a lot of deductions and things y'all don't take. So if you write those down, give those to your tax preparer so that they can put those in. And the reason why you're going to need to start giving it to your tax preparer is because now the tax preparer is going to have to sign those tax returns. If you turn in a tax return that on paper that's not signed, then that could eventually turn into an automatic flag. Remember, they're making a lot of changes under the Biden administration, and they're trying to get money any way that they can. So if they can find a way to start looking at tax returns that the person that you paid to do it did not sign, that's a problem. Okay. And they look at these tax returns and they see that you guys are paying $1,200, $3,000. I mean, some of y'all pay ridiculous prices because somebody is beating y'all. But you're paying this outrageous amount of money and then they don't even sign the tax return. So if you happen to get audited, you don't have anybody to call. Now, isn't that something? It's not designed to be that way. And that's why they want them to sign. It's very important that they sign, especially if you're turning in a paper return or you're doing an amendment. And if it's not e-file, then they need to sign it. Okay. If they e-file it, then their information is being transmitted. But if they mail it, they have to sign it. Okay. It says, what is it about IRS? What you mean, Miss Melvina? I don't know. You say you have ours, Michigan, Illinois, Minnesota. See, the whole Midwest. See, it's crazy. CNA, see, these places, they leave these people who live in these states wide open. I just think that's crazy. All right. JC says creditors, doctors, office clerks, utilities, rental applications, and people working at something have access to people's accounts and relatives or friends employed working at home. That's true. Let me tell y'all something I just saw. And this just happened in Orlando. This was in Florida. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But this lady was she was like the accounting, not the accounting. She was like the comptroller. So she's like the head administrative person. She's over all the finances. And and these people, man, they let her in to do too much. But what she did was she stole the husband's information and applied for credit cards in his name. She took the money from the company's income and paid off her bills that she spent with the credit cards that she illegally got. She covered it up because she was the one over the spreadsheet. So she altered numbers. And when she went to do her reports, they believed whatever she told them because she's been doing this for years. Then the husband's wife died. This heifer goes and gets the same thing in the wife's name. Credit cards, doing the same thing, buying, spending, shopping, and having the business pay for it. But the worst offense of them all, in my opinion, is this woman went and got a BMW and a Ferrari in her 6-year-old son's name. In her 6-year-old son's name. Now, That's sickening to me. Okay. So that tells me she used his information like a CPN. She went and got cars, which I'm not gonna say it's smart, but if an individual has to use a CPN, and most of y'all don't know what that is, that's the fake social security number. But when people use those, I've seen people do it because they need to move into apartments and they got so many evictions. I'm not passing judgment. I can understand that one because they don't really run your credit for it. So I'm kind of on the fence how I feel if that's really breaking the law, right? So it's illegal to use the number, but applying for the apartment, that's something different. Plus, when we deal with homelessness at the rate we are now, I don't know if I would pass judgment on somebody for that. But when you go to a car dealership, it's just as easy because all you got to do is have a good credit score. She probably had been adding trade lines. She probably, who knows what she did to his credit because he didn't know to check it. He didn't know to do anything about it. So she boosted his score up, went and got a car, probably made some, well, now she didn't even have to make fake pay stuff because she made great money at her job and she got a car and on her 6-year-old's credit. Now, the crazy part about it is the bank that gave her the money, the credit is only 6 years old. Doesn't that say something? That means that they saw good credit score and that she made a lot of money and they didn't care. And they were just going to fund that loan because she's the one that's responsible for doing something illegal. All they did was their job. But I would be looking a little funny at this old woman or older woman who got 6-year-old credit. Something about that's a little funny. But yes, y'all have to protect your information. And since you go everywhere and you can't possibly protect your stuff all the time, the best thing that you guys can do is to put a freeze on your credit. That's it. Just put a freeze, put a block. There are lots of things that you can do. I don't even worry about if somebody were to get my information and take it because I'm like, well, whatever they did, I can just undo because I stay on top of my stuff. I know if I've lost something, I know I need to report it stolen. I know if I know to check my bank accounts. I know to look for, sometimes I even look and go, damn, I didn't even see that $10 subscription. Sometimes things will get by you because you don't check your accounts all the time. But these are things that you should so that nobody can get the drop on you because they absolutely will do just that. Okay. All right. So let me see what we got here. Hey, Noah says, I need your help with the second round credit letter. We don't talk about that here, sir. But yes, I got you, but not here. Okay. Need to have what done by 9 o'clock, the IRS. If you're going to change your income or update any of that, you can do that. You have to do that by 9 p.m. tonight in order for it to reflect in your November 15th payment. Okay. And exactly, Elizabeth, how did she get 2 cars with 6-year-old credit? It's crazy, but it really did happen. Okay. Let me see. So there is 2 things that are going around from the IRS. One is from the SBA that is coming to individuals in their inboxes. So if you see something from the SBA talking about a loan or that they owe you any money or anything like that, please be suspicious. Please check where it came from. Okay, all government emails end in .gov. Okay, and if it does not end in .gov, we got a problem. All right. Someone sent me something today, and I'm looking at it now. And when I look at the email, it looks pretty close until I get down to the bottom of it. I mean, they got the right phone numbers and everything, but at the bottom of the email, it says U.S. Small Business Administration. But then under that, it gives the IRS Business Administration and their information. Well, the IRS and the SBA, they don't work together. They're 2 separate agencies, and if one going to email you or contact you, they will, and the other one has to do their own. So I had to let her know, don't even respond, okay? Because they are getting really good with this scam stuff. So y'all have to make sure you take the greedy glasses off, the hunger glasses, the I need money for my business glasses, and look to make sure you're not giving up your info. The other thing that is coming out is a lot of you guys are receiving letters from the IRS telling you that you need, that there's been a change in your return. It looks just like the official IRS. I think it's 6470 form. I think that's what it is. 6470. I think that's the letter. But it tells you to call if you disagree. And if you call and you hear that you have to pay $90 to do something, hang up. Okay. So I'm on a email chain from some individuals at the IRS, and they actually looked at the letter and they verified that it does look very similar, but it is not correct. And the only way you'll know is when you call the 800 number on the letter. That's only if you disagree. Okay, most people want to know why their amount has changed, because a lot of you are looking for more money to come back. So if you're one of those people, don't get caught up and assume that because you got something from the IRS that it really is, because it could be a scam and it came in the mail. All right. So, desperate time call for desperate measures. So I'm, gonna put y'all on. So make sure y'all telling y'all mamas. I'm looking at my mama right now, because I'm telling you, whew, when I say fall for almost anything, whew, I love her, but I got to stay on her. The phone people call, she want to listen to see what they're talking about, and it's a scam, okay? So if your phone say spam or scam likely, your phone ain't lying. Just believe your phone and don't answer. All right, so let's keep going. And right, the IRS doesn't usually ever call. I have had them call, but they have not called about taxes. They usually call if it's a question about a nonprofit or something like that. And IRS, all government workers that call, they always have an agent number. They have a number. And the reason why is because if you have to report them, you don't remember their names, you got that number, you can report them by the number. So don't always fall for something because somebody says some money is attached. You do not, would be surprised how many people send me stuff and it's like, you thought this is real? Yes, it's fake. Okay. Let me see. So y'all did hear there are gonna be some changes in this Build Back Better plan. Joe Biden had to make some changes. Not too much that is going to affect most of y'all that watch. The biggest change is the change to the child tax credit. And let me see. And then if it's nothing else, let's see. Yeah. So the expanded child tax credit is it's going to go until 2023, just like I said. So that's about the only thing that is really changing. The healthcare is probably something big for most of y'all. So I'm hoping that this passes the way that it is. I don't know. Some people are not happy about it. I'm not really getting into it. I go looking for what I need out of it, and then I just go and report this information back to y'all, and then y'all make y'all decisions. Okay. Let me see if y'all have anything else. And I believe it was one more thing I wanted to show y'all. Hold on. Let me see. I think it was one more thing. Oh, yeah, I did. So some of you guys tried to tune into my class when I wanted to show you guys how to get your reports. So now that I have this platform here, I will be able to offer more classes. So let me just give y'all a rundown really quick of what's going to be changing with Shamika Saves. Okay, so we are getting ready to start a Discord group because I don't want to keep putting everything out for everybody, because some of y'all deserve to get the info before everybody else, because y'all been rolling with me for a long time. So I appreciate that. So we are going to still do the lives and all, but we're going to have something private where we can actually chat and talk. I could put y'all on to some things. Y'all know social media, they trip, especially TikTok. They love to trip and dictate what we can and cannot say. And we don't want that, because I need to be able to tell y'all what's really going on, at least my own opinion. And then y'all need to be able to be free to express yourselves as well. Okay. If y'all want the link list, okay, I do have some grants that I posted on the link list. If you have not gotten it, I try to update that. I'm actually going to try to make that a document that I update every week. And hopefully we can get it where those who have it, it will automatically update for you. So we're going to figure that out. Let's see. If you live in Texas and you have a child that has a learning disorder, if they're in like a special needs or special education class, you can apply to have a grant. I think it's up to $1,200 or $1,500, but Texas does have a grant out right now. So it has something to do with and the kids not being able to attend school, but it has to only be special needs children or special or children who have special education classes. Also, if you're in North Carolina, I had someone call and tell me there's a grant called the North Carolina Stabilization Grant. So this is supposed to be for anyone that lives in the state. So if you are in North Carolina, please let somebody know, or you go apply and get you some of that money. Okay. And Some of y'all are receiving letters also. If you have a nonprofit, some of y'all are receiving letters telling you guys that you need to update your annual filing, your 990 form. So if you got that and you are lost and you do not know what to do, you can hit the link in the bio. We can talk about it to make sure you get that file. If you have a nonprofit, you know you have to file at least once every 3 years. And if you do not, then your nonprofit becomes inactive. Okay, so if you got one, and a nonprofit is a church, it could be a hospital, it could be your own organization that you guys already have. You need to make sure you file that. So a lot of us are getting caught up in what's going on in the pandemic world, and we're forgetting about some of the smaller things we have. Okay, Toys for Tots is open. Salvation Army, any of the Christmas programs. So if you have not gotten on it, y'all know in a couple more weeks, they're going to shut this down because now they're going to start separating those toys to get ready to give out gifts out to kids. So if you know somebody in need, sign them up for the program. Toys for Tots, Marines for Tots, the Salvation Army, Goodwill. If you know any local programs, y'all can drop them in my box so that I can share it with somebody else because somebody else needs to know about it. Okay. The $600. I know y'all didn't ask, but I'll just say it anyway. No, a nonprofit is not the same setup as an LLC. They're done differently. Nonprofits are corporations. They're not LLCs, and they have to be reported on taxes differently. Okay, depending on if you have a private foundation or a public, but you still would do a 990 form. So no, it's not the same. Okay. Dwight says, I don't believe the fourth check bill will pass. No, I don't think we're going to get no fourth. If y'all waiting on that, y'all might as well let that go. The only check y'all going to be receiving is those child tax credit checks and your tax refund check. Okay, and that's next year. And other than that, I would not sit back and expect them to give you anything. As a matter of fact, I would start to expect them to take, okay, especially if they're going to start looking all in our business. That's why I'm talking about that $600, okay? So I want to make sure I'm clear. The $600 is still on for the Cash Apps. Okay, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, that is still on. Okay, that has not changed. But what has changed is your banking accounts. Remember, it was $600. It's not anymore. It is $10,000. Now, that still doesn't make a big, huge difference because $610,000. I mean, most of y'all have that running through y'all accounts throughout the year. Okay, so Republicans said no, we need to raise it. So they raised it to 10,000 versus 600. I don't know how that helps that many more of you. I don't think that it does. I would just tell you, got to be wise starting next year because that's when they're going to start tracking what you got going on. And in 2023 is when they're going to turn the reports over for the first time. So be mindful. If you are a tax preparer, please go and get your P10. Okay, your P10 is your preparer tax ID number. Most of you did not know it is due every year now, and you do have to pay. I believe it's $39.95. You got to have it done by December 31st. So make sure you go and you take care of that. You will need to, because if you don't, you ain't gonna be able to find no taxes through e-file. Okay. So make sure you get that taken care of. I'm just looking through my list to see if I missed anything for anybody. The only thing new, and I know some of y'all did not ask about this either, but they are making the government's making it hard for individuals who are recipients of funds for Section 8 housing. They're making it difficult for you to kick out your tenants. Okay, that is not everybody. I don't take inbox calls. I'm sorry, because people be tripping on here. So if you are a person, you're a landlord, okay, and you receive some type of funding from the government, or you tenant, you're living in something that the government, you're living on a program, a housing program, then you should be safe from eviction. They have been keeping that real quiet, but that is what Health and Human Services has proposed. That does not protect everybody else. That is only individuals that own housing. And most people who own housing, I haven't really seen them really get kicked out anyway. So, but this should help y'all, okay? All right, so let me answer this. It says, is the people that's on SSI, SSDI, and SSA where they get money too? The only money y'all gonna get is y'all increase in January. It's gonna be an 8% increase. It should be like an extra $100 that you're gonna get. So I would do that. And also, if you do get SSI or SSDI, I hope that you put in, not SSI, SSDI, I hope you put in to get your student loans wiped off your credit, okay? Because you can do that. That's automatic. All right. Let me see what I got. See, thank you, Pink Diva. Thank you. All right, so Pink Diva, just double check what I said. I appreciate you for doing that. So it's true. If you get some type of assistance for the government, you ain't kicking those people out. Okay, so I don't mean don't pay y'all rent, y'all, but that just means it's making it very difficult for them to make you go. So you guys are safe, but nobody else is, and the government gonna do that because that's their money that they're paying to keep you there. So if they say you can't go, then you're not going, or if they do, they're gonna make you stop them funds. All right, that's why y'all need to file that 990 form if you have a nonprofit, because if you don't file, you don't get your tax exemptions or your tax exemptions where you don't have to pay no taxes. So absolutely, you need to do that. No, the fourth stimulus check. The only stimulus check y'all gonna be receiving are the ones where they owe you from back pay from unemployment. There is no additional money that has been. Look, I can smell money, okay, in the air before they even talk about it on the news, and I didn't hear nothing about a fourth stimulus check, and I don't see that one coming. But if it does, don't worry, I'll make a video and post for y'all. Okay, so no, I answered that for you. No, that's not the same. It says, Natasha says, what happened if I got a child tax credit check July, August, September, but did not get it in October? If you do not get it in October, that happens a lot. You can check the child tax credit portal, see if they changed your information. Some of y'all got changed to a check and you didn't ask for it. If you did not, and it still says direct deposit, it should then say pending, or that is looking at something, processing, so you can see why you didn't get it. They in the IRS states that you, from now and the end of the year, they will be doubling or tripling your payment so that you can get all of the payments you should have gotten through these 6 months. They're going to do that. I don't believe that. I can tell you to keep looking. I would hope that they would at least do that this month and December, being that it's holiday, and a lot of y'all could benefit well from getting all those extra checks that y'all missed. They said they're going to do it, but they said that in October and it didn't happen. So I don't know. Okay. Is our Florida only helping people who aren't employed? No, our Florida is helping everybody. And I would tell you to make sure you please go out and use that website and get your rental assistance. People really are getting rental assistance. Okay. It says, will kids get extra money if you're on SSI? Not SSI. I think you mean SSDI. And extra money for what? Most kids don't, unless they getting some kids can get a check, but it depends. But I'm not sure we're talking about the same thing, woman of power. Yes, Pink Diva can't put them out. I hope they just do what they're supposed to do. Crazy Chuck says, my concern is double taxation on Cash App deposits. I send money to my kids weekly that can add up. Yeah, so if you send money to your kids, you don't have to worry about that. What the IRS is doing is, look, they're not trying to force you. Okay, they don't want to force nobody to report. Okay, all they're gonna do is have those companies send you a 1099-K, and you have to look through that 1099-K, not your 1099-K. You're gonna look through your transactions. And when you look through your transactions, if you say, damn, out of that 10,000 that I sent my child this year, 8,000 of it is for allowance or for them to take care of whatever, you don't put that on, you don't include that. You would only include that 2,000 that you gave to them as a loan, or not as a loan, you gave to them because you bought something from them, or whatever it is. So you don't have to, so there won't be double taxation, because you get to select what goes in there. They don't tell you, you tell them. Now, here is the flip side. If you send 10,000 every year and say the IRS knows your child done graduated and they got a job now, or maybe they got a business, they may send you a letter and say, hey, we noticed you've been giving your child this money, and I mean, we let it go before because they were in school, but now they got a business. So are you really claiming? They may say, hey, we think you owe us a certain amount of dollars. Then you, the taxpayer, will probably have to dispute to show them why you don't. So these are things that they are not saying, but when you read how IRS plans to handle it, it states that when they will contact you if they notice a pattern. Well, if they notice a pattern and they contact you, you know they're not going to call you. You know they're going to send you a letter in the mail. And if you are in a state and you pay sales tax, especially in Florida, Florida will automatically send you taxes and tell you owe them $2,000 and you didn't even make $1. Why? Because they just look at the industry you're in and they'll say, well, shoot, on average, most people who sell clothes claim this much and this how much you pay us. Now you can either A, pay them and just say, okay, boom, I'm just go whatever y'all say, or B, you can dispute. You could call them and say I didn't make any money, or you can call and say, no, that's not the accurate amount. I just filed my taxes late, and they'll give you the opportunity to file your taxes. So I'm assuming the IRS is going to be very similar because, hey, these are all revenue departments and they know what they need to do to get you to pay them. So I'm just saying that they're not going to hound you, but they're going to definitely be watching to make sure that you are claiming things that they believe should be claimed. And then I believe that we're going to have to prove to them why it is or is not in a business expense. And I think, or business transaction. And that's just something we'll have to find out later. It's not, it hasn't happened yet. So it's hard to say what's going to happen because we don't have any information to go off of. But this is based off of just how they do it in the regular states. Okay. So yeah, I'm a little concerned about it too, but we're going to see how this one go. And yes, $600 on Cash App. Yep. Okay. So when we get our, it says, will we get our payments in November, December? Yes, you're going to get your payments on the 15th. Remember, if there's any changes, you want to opt out, you want to update your banking information, you need to do that before the 7th of each month so that it can take place by the 15th. They need 8 days, they say, to update your stuff. So if you automatically say, man, I'm moving, I don't want it to go to my bank, I want it just mailed to me, go change it and do it by the 7th. Okay, you need to have a week in between before they pay you. Any information on IRS sending out taxes that haven't been received yet? Yes, 425,000 people have just received tax returns this that came out today. So I will check to see if you're gonna get yours in your bank tomorrow. If not, go to those websites and see where that money at. Okay. It said, yeah, I think a lot of people do deserve assistance. I do feel bad. There are a lot of people that, of course, are taking advantage, but that's gonna happen everywhere. But the people that need it the most, I hope they actually use it. Okay. Okay. Answered that one. Is there a chance the other parent could get the child tax credit for the child if they never filed them on their taxes before? Natasha, you must came in here late, but yes, basically everybody needs to file. So if somebody got those kids and got money for them, then next year you need to file them, and the IRS will pay you, and they will go after whomever was not supposed to get the money for the children. Okay, because they're giving y'all 6 months to opt out. So you knew 6 months ago. Now they might let you slide when you got one payment that, okay, it hit your account and you didn't say nothing. But 6 of them, they're not trying to hear that. So you know, if you weren't supposed to get it, they're gonna get that money back from you. Some of y'all act like y'all don't care about owing the IRS, but that's horrible because they don't go anywhere. Okay, there's a credit report for the federal system too, and your name will be on it with the debt. And nobody wants to be indebted to the IRS or indebted to the government. Why? Because if you get indebted to the government, you can't get certain things. Okay, people who, and I'm gonna give you a proof. Owe child support and see if you can get a driver's license. Okay, owe student loans and see if you can get a grant. All right, a lot of y'all got grants under the SBA, and then when they finish doing whatever they're gonna do, they may find out that some of y'all got money from the government and you weren't even supposed to. And then what you gonna do? Okay, so they may not work on the same street and they may not work out of the same building, but they are all government agencies. It's not hard. All I got to do is type your social in. I just showed you what I can do with your name and your birthday. Imagine what they can do with your social. Okay. And one last thing, and then I'm going to let y'all go because it is just a little bit after 8. This is about the SBA. So there's not too much updates. Again, y'all can still do your targeted grant. That has not changed. Sorry, y'all, I'm getting my wine cooler on. But you have until December 31st. Okay, so if you have not applied for the EIDL, you have until December 31st. If you have not gotten the targeted grant or you want to apply, you have until December 31st. If you want to do a reconsideration because you were denied for whatever, you have until December 31st. Okay, so I hope y'all get what I'm saying. We are running out of time. I doubt very highly they're going to extend the loan to a lot of us small business people after this time. Okay, it's been like 2 years it's been open. So you have until December 31st. So if you are thinking about it, you're not sure, do your reconsiderations and get them in before December 31st. You can always turn it down later if you do not want it. Okay, but once that application closes, it's over. Okay, that's one. The second thing, if you got your EIDL loan and you got the 10,000. This is not the targeted grant. This is the earlier part. I haven't seen them collect any money from anybody yet. I've definitely been looking for it, but the SBA should be contacting you to have you repay any monies that you were overpaid in excess of $1,000. Okay, if you got 10, you owe them 9. All right, and that's not for the targeted grant. That's just for anyone who got the EIDL grant in 2020. The only thing I've been seeing them basically do right now is just prosecute a lot of people on PPP, prosecute a lot of people on unemployment, and they are prosecuting EIDL, but they're only prosecuting those because they filed with somebody else's information. So not a lot of people have gotten hit with EIDL. I haven't seen anything criminal, which is good because I know a lot of people did get this loan. So December 31st, if you haven't, December 31st, if you want to make any changes, do a reconsideration. That means you need to get that credit up real quick. You need to go back and pay your fees if you didn't, if your business is out of date. And, it's a lot of stuff. Open that business bank account. There are things you could be doing right now before December 31st so you can apply, all right? And then, again, we're just going to have to wait and see when or if they come after anybody for that additional money, all right? So I'm going to take these last few questions and I'm going to let y'all go. I appreciate y'all being here with me. And, of course, I'm going to make some videos, okay? Let me see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Can you get a loan even if you got the EIDL grant? If you got the EIDL grant, then you would have to had applied for the loan. So if you got the grant and you didn't get the loan, that means you either turned it down. You probably don't know you did. Because a lot of people, y'all didn't do your own applications. Y'all paid somebody to do it and they turned down the loan for you, or you just got denied for the loan altogether. For whatever reason. So best thing you need to do is log into that disaster portal through SBA, log in to see why. If you can't get in there, you need to call the SBA and just ask them to send you another copy of your denial for the loan. And then it will tell you why you got denied. That's all you got to do. Okay. Let's see. Is it 10K total for the year or per transaction? It is 10K for the year. That's the crazy part, because a lot of you guys, 10K flows through your account in 2 months. So what you're going to do is shut down your bank every time you hit 9,999 so they can't report it? That's going to look suspicious too. So then you're going to have banks reporting you on a suspicious transaction report, because now you open it up multiple accounts. They can see that you ran your credit, because there's a bank credit report too that they report to and tell all your business. So you can't really outrun it. You're just going to have to either start getting paid in cash, which I don't know who's going to want to do that, because cash has no way of getting back to you if you're robbed, or you're just going to have to pay the piper. So we kind of stuck. All right. And yes, you do have to prove it if they ask. You have to have a business loss, and it's a lengthy process to opt out. Say, all right, Miss Pink Diva 7, I need to bring you on so we can educate these folks together, ma'am. Is it okay? So I answered that. Thank you. Okay, what's the credit score for loans? And we're talking about SBA loans. You got to have a 620. It went up to 625, but that's on Experian only. So if you do not have that on your Experian, please don't even waste your time. Boost your score first and then go back and apply. Okay, that's what you need to do. And even if you get denied, who cares? You need to apply and get denied and do a reconsideration before December 31st so that you can still get your hands on some of the money. Okay. Oh, Pink Diva Boy, we must be reading from the same book. Okay. And you're welcome very much, Devon. If you haven't followed, please follow. Again, I apologize. The phone went off earlier. That's okay. The information stays the same. And again, hit the link in the bio, whatever you guys need. I am going to get that Discord and all those other things set up so we can talk privately, because it's way more than just this superficial stuff I'll be talking to you guys about. I am going to strongly encourage each and every one of you, if you are not a concealed handgun owner, to please look into the opportunity of getting your concealed handgun license, ladies. I mean, I don't really have to say that to the fellas too much, but ladies, this is the time. People are a lot crazier. I don't know if you guys saw what is happening. I don't even know if you guys watch the news, but you should. not to get scared, but so that you could be aware of what is going on. And I would just strongly suggest you guys join a gun membership club. I'm actually looking at doing that myself so that I can go and shoot at the range with other women, so I can start becoming more comfortable with it, because you never know if you're going to need it. All right. And the number one question I get asked is, can I have a weed license and my gun license? And my answer is yes. But what you got to do is you got to get your concealed handgun license first. You got to get all the guns you're going to buy first. Okay. Why? Because of how the wording is on the application. So you got to get your guns and your concealed handgun first, and then you go get your marijuana license. So then that way you're not lying on the application. Okay. But after you get your marijuana license, you cannot go and buy more guns. But what you can do, and I'm not an attorney, y'all can look this up with your state, but I'm just giving y'all a gem. Okay. But what you can do is you can find somebody who doesn't smoke weed and find somebody who has a good record and have them buy your guns and gift them to you. So you can still beef up your armory and you didn't have to buy nothing. Okay. So ladies, please, and if y'all local, we can definitely get together and go do something, because I think that we should. And just because people crazy, and we got to protect our coin purses. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I just want y'all to be safe. Make sure y'all wear your mask. And it says, what about when you have to renew so when you have to renew your concealed handgun license, the only thing, and every state is different. States in Florida, it doesn't make you answer the same amount of questions that you answered before. So you're still not lying, because you initially got it the correct way. So when you do your renewal, it doesn't say that, it doesn't ask you about I have to think about what the renewal was. I know it's less, I think it's like one page, but it's not the same. And I wouldn't tell you guys to lie or commit fraud, and I damn sure ain't gonna tell you to do it while I'm live on camera. Okay. So but you can always read. Every state is different, but I am very certain in a lot of cases that you're gonna be okay to get it. Okay. So if you're wondering, you can always look it up and just look up the applications and read through the questions. Most of them are only 2 pages. All right. So you want to make sure that that they don't conflict with each other, so that you don't find yourself in a lie. But based off of how Florida is, you got to get your concealed handgun license first, and the guns first. Right. Then you can smoke, or you don't even have to get your weed license, and you can just do what you want to do on your own time, and nobody don't have to know. But if you want both, then that's what you do. Why? Because the weed license allows you to get 2.5 ounces of marijuana. So excuse me. So some people find that to be necessary, especially if they're riding around with it anyway. Okay. So that's it for tonight. I will see y'all next Monday. And I know that's LaShonda. Let's go to the range, girl. Nicola, let's go. Let's go bang bang. Okay. Let's go be thuggish, ruggish bone for the night. So y'all have a good one. See, look at that. Pink Diva is right here. Permit first, then concealed handgun license, and then you go get whatever else you want. So good. See, this is my fact checker over here. Pink Diva, we got to talk. So yes. All right. So y'all have a good evening. I will see y'all. I'm gonna be live on Wednesday on TikTok. I'm gonna actually get myself set up and actually do this on Wednesdays and Fridays. A condensed version, but Mondays will still be my longer version. All right. So I will see y'all then. Y'all take care. Noah, you can send me a text and I will talk to y'all later. All right. Have a good one. Bye.